Yeah.
The troops you have coming back.
Okay, you lucky guys, you've got to pause. Back to the table, you have a brief, and it is a brief pause. A chance to marshal your thoughts and don't spend all your time mourning the very many dead.
Right. Let's just do this, what we're going to do now, not I told you we shouldn't have done that and now we're all dead kind of stuff.
Oh, more recriminations.
Yeah.
More recriminations.
Again.
This is really helpful.
Let's talk about it, eh?
Right, we've got
Right,
the
look,
battle
we've
in
got
the
these
middle.
units moving back down. We've got two chariots here. We've got our guys here engaging the enemy. We need to get these guys round to start picking them
I
off.
have nothing left.
Dude, I've seen them moving towards here.
No,
I've seen these moving.
Believe him. Believe him.
Yeah.
You know what it might be? You know what it is? They're not under his command, but they've wandered off onto his part of the battlefield.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's beating him up over it.
The other operator's forgotten where they are.
That's right.
So they are alive.
They're yours.
Unless there's like a spiritual kind of
philosophical army.
Dave, we need to stop using our archers. There's too many archers sitting around. David, there's too many archers.
What have you actually got left?
Yes, push the archers forwards behind the spearmen that are already engaged, all right?
Go! On you go!
All right, these dudes, man, these dudes, this is what I'm talking about. Round the back.
The battle is hanging in the balance. The team's army has been badly cut up, but so have the Trojans. Now the team are bringing some of their best troops into play. They've got a lot of slingers, they've got a lot of archers, but will this be enough?
Could you get all your spearmen in sort of square so we're not like getting attacked one-on-one?
Ah, at last they're doing something.
There they
Coming in with their swords.
There they go.
Doing what Greek heroes should be doing.
Greek heavy infantry going in. They don't actually know that their boys are going in.
No.
I think that's just plain old aggression from the Greek soldiers, which is good to see. Go on, get stuck in.
Oddy, what do you have? Oddy, what do you have, man?
My two legs.
You've got nothing left over there.
He apparently has no troops left. Get Audie to come up and help out.
Yeah.
Get Audie to come up and help out.
have to stay
or for
there.
God's sakes, stop wasting Brian down there as the extra manager of that little unit there.
Yeah.
Spearmen are running away.
That's not so good. Oddy.
Get out there and order him.
Oddy! Do you have anything at all left?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all. Creevy.
Dave, we've got everything. We're doing fine.
Creevy, everything that you have that is not now engaged in this, I want to move behind those green swordmen.
Right now, it is so close. It could go either way.
Look at that. It's all going to cheese out there. It looks like a barroom brawl. But the team is starting to push that barroom fight into their favor.
Yeah, but even so, I can't see there being many men left standing on either side at the end of this.
No. But now that they've gripped the situation, they're doing a bit better now.
Taking out this Trojan archer unit. It's been overwhelmed by 2 units of theirs.
That battlefield is absolutely covered in carnage.
Guys, I think it's pretty horrible and we're not really winning.
It's actually not looking so bad, guys.
No. Right.
For those that are left.
Yeah.
There are very, very few Trojans left alive. There's very few of anybody left alive, but the Trojans seem just that little bit weaker, slightly less organised at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but I think the team might actually win.
Victory imminent.
Guys, this is looking good. We're going to win, guys.
The Greeks have succeeded in taking on and pretty much destroying the Trojan army. We've got to call Homer and tell him to write about something else.
Guys, you did it. Back to the table.
Never had a doubt. Never had a doubt.
Yes. You might not have had your doubts. Have to confess I did. But basically, you made your plan.
Yeah.
And
Totally
you did it.
ignored
Vaguely
No,
stuck to
it
it.
happened. It pretty much happened. You carried it out. I don't know how you did it, to be honest, but you did it. I mean, it was absolute carnage. Look at it. Look at that battlefield.
Look how many soldiers.
Have we got units left? We've got
Units.
That's grim.
So good, man.
That's grisly. But guys, congratulations. You
Thank
won.
you very much.
Let's see what the experts thought of your efforts. Adrian, Eric, what did you think?
Well, you've made a lot of widows today. The Trojan women will be talking about this event for generations to come. Sadly, so will the Greek women, because you have lost a great deal of your own force.
and particularly many of your most prestigious men. There weren't too many chariots driving around by the end of that battle, were there? I mean, there weren't too many people moving by the end of that battle, but particularly your aristocracy, your kings suffered very, very badly in this. It's highly questionable whether now you've got enough people that even if you go and knock politely on the door of Troy and ask, could we have our queen back, please, that they could actually say no. If they do, there's not a lot you can do about it. So it was a very, very bloody victory. It was far too costly, really.
Well, bloody it may have been, but it was a victory nonetheless. Guys, why don't you show us what may have happened, what they might have done alternatively?
Absolutely. We don't know much other than what we read in the Iliad about this battle, about what actually happened when they got to Troy. So what we're going to start with was your plan. And your plan, your concept of operations was very, very sound indeed. The idea of using the river, which follows this edge of the map, to protect your left flank, and this force of chariots to protect your right flank, very, very nice.
I was obviously expecting you to come right up this slope. My archers are there waiting. They could fire over the heads of my spearmen, who will have all the advantage of ground. You would have taken a lot of casualties if you'd come straight up. But if you'd come this way, you would have been sheltered from my fire for a large part of that time. Now, either I've got to reposition, try and turn and face towards you, which means I'm losing much of the advantage of that slope. The other big advantage of this is that when my ambush forces come out, just by default, you haven't necessarily found these people, but you are quite a long way away. And you've got your most mobile forces to deal with any flanking threat. My chariots are going to come in as well. They're going to sweep in. They might even try and get around you and go around behind. But it doesn't matter, because this part of your army is strong enough to overwhelm this section before they can create too much trouble.
So just as in this case, you were able to defeat the flanking force first, and then turn on the main force once you finally figured out where all your soldiers were. In this case, had you stuck to your original idea, then you would have been able to defeat their main force first and then deal with their flanking force later on. This was very much a purely tactical question to ask you, not an historical question, and you guys have given quite a sound tactical answer to it.
Well, Eric, Adrian, thank you very much as our experts. Team, congratulations. I mean, what you lacked in aggression in the skirmish, you made up for it on the battlefield, and frankly, amongst yourselves at times. It was spectacular, and you won, bloody as it was. Congratulations. You've been watching Time Commanders.
The kernel of historical fact which underlies Homer's epic tale of the Iliad is far less important to us than the fact that the Iliad inspired poets, artists, statesmen, and soldiers for thousands of years after the blind poet himself died.
Back to 1066 next Sunday night as the Time Commanders return at this later time of 7:15. The live final of the Masters Snooker in half an hour after Match of the Day 2, next on BBC Two.